14. He's dull as a frow.
Well, my paternal grandfather was, he didn't have any rough language, and I always said the meanest thing I ever heard him say about anybody was that, well, he's dull as a frow. And a frow, a long time I didn't know what it meant, but a frow looked like an upside down hatchet. And it had a long, dull blade, and you would set it on top of a block of wood and hit the back of the blade with a mallet, and you split shingles. And so, excuse me. Anyway, you needed, if you were going to split wood, you used a dull axe. So you used a dull edged item to split the wood. Otherwise, if it was a sharp one, it would cut the wood. So you wanted it to more or less blow the shingle apart off of the. And in the early days, it would take 6 or 8 foot long pole wood, and you would drive this frow through that, and you would actually make boards, although they could vary from a ½ inch to 2 inches thick. It more or less floated along through the grain of the log or the pole, and then you could make like a lumber, sort of make boards for lumber. So a person that used a frow was called a reaver, and if you look back in biblical times, Jesus would have been a reaver because he was a carpenter. But anyway, a frow was dull, and my granddad would, in other words, is saying he's dumb as a post. He would just say, well, he's dull as a frow. And in other words, he sort of disagreed with him, but he didn't tell him he was full of baloney. He just said he would say he was dull as a frow. And he always talked about his brother-in-law who electioneered every candidate, every election he had a candidate all picked out, and my granddad said, Uncle LJ always electioneered for somebody but never picked a winner. So dull as a frow.